Today on the hookup, I'm going to put my previously highest rated cameras up against some newly released cameras from both Annke and Reolink to see if we're going to have some new champions in 2021 or if the Reolink RLC410 and the Annke C800 can remain my top recommendations. Spoiler alert though, this thing is amazing. Over 400,000 people have watched my PoE camera showdown videos, where I end up recommending the Reolink RLC410 as the best budget option and the Annke C800 for the best value in 4K cameras. It's been a little while since my last video, and it is time to update the list for 2021. Here are the cameras that I tested in this video from least expensive to most. First, with an MSRP of $49.99 is the Reolink RLC410 5MP. A 5 megapixel bullet camera from Reolink that also has an identical turret form called the RLC520. Next, for $59.99 is the more recently released Annke C500, which also has 5 megapixels, but this one's a turret form, although it does have a bullet form as well called the B500. Then we've got the brand new release from Reolink, a 4K PoE camera with RTSP called the Reolink RLC810A, and it has an MSRP of $84.99. Just like the rest of the cameras, if you prefer a turret form factor, you'll look for the RLC820A instead. Oh, did I mention it has on-device person detection and vehicle detection for just $84.99? Well, we'll see if it can beat my previous recommendation in 4K cameras, which is the Annke C800, that seems to have settled down at a price around $109.99 after some issues with supply and demand. Based on comments and feedback, I did a few things differently in this video than in my last ones. First, in my other PoE camera showdown videos, I mostly left the image adjustment at the factory default, because that's what I think most people will end up using. In this video, I tweaked the settings on each camera to maximize their chances of scoring well. Specifically, I turned on and tuned the wide dynamic range option on all the cameras, which lightens up the shadows and it reduces the highlights. I also adjusted the brightness and contrast to increase the definition as much as possible without losing overall image quality. For encoding, I used H.265 on all the cameras except for the Reolink RLC410 because it only supports H.264. All the bit rates were capped off at 6144 bits per second, and the frames per second were limited to 15 on all the cameras, even though the Reolink cameras support much higher frame rates, specifically 25 FPS at 4K and 30 FPS at 5 megapixels. Another criticism that I got on my previous videos was that shifts in cloud cover created slightly different conditions for each camera, giving some an unfair advantage. So in this round, I installed all the cameras at the same time so that there's no difference in shadows or sunlight for any of the tests, except for in the nighttime IR test that specifically needed to be done individually so that the infrared lights of one camera wouldn't interfere with another. Both the 4K cameras record in 16:9 widescreen with resolutions of 3840 by 2160, while the 5 megapixel cameras are 4:3 with resolutions of 2560 by 1920. Let's start out the test by looking at the field of view of each camera. In security cameras, the field of view is determined by two main components, the image sensor size and the lens focal length. Larger sensors and shorter focal lengths will lead to greater field of view. But in general, larger field of view is associated with less overall detail and clarity because you're squeezing more physical area into each pixel in the video. In that regard, I'm not exactly comparing apples to apples in this test. The Annke C800 has a 2.8mm focal length compared to the 4mm focal length of the Reolink RLC810A. Their sensor sizes are nearly identical, so as expected, the Annke has a significantly greater field of view than the Reolink. For the 5 megapixel cameras, the same is true, where the Annke C500 has a 2.8mm focal length compared to the Reolink RLC410's 4mm length. However, the RLC410 has a larger image sensor, which actually results in it having a greater field of view, despite its longer focal length. In the field of view category, the Annke C800 easily earns a point for the 4K cameras, where the Reolink RLC410 just barely edges out the Annke C500 for the 5 megapixel cameras. Next, let's talk about daytime clarity, and this is an area that the Reolink cameras have always excelled. All the Reolink cameras that I've ever tested have had amazing sharpness and detail for their price point, and these cameras are no exception. To test clarity, I hold up a sign with 144-point font and 72-point font at 25 feet and 50 feet, and then I walk towards the camera for approximately 40 feet. As you can see, the Reolink 4K camera absolutely blows the Annke out of the water in this category. Not only is the sign text clearly legible, but my facial definition is significantly better at 50 feet. And as I get closer to the camera, it only gets better. The picture on the C800 isn't bad. In fact, it's actually pretty good, but next to the Reolink, the colors look washed out and the details are blurry. Some of the differences can be accounted for by the longer focal length of the Reolink, but overall the difference is staggering at any distance. For the 5-megapixel cameras, the Reolink also produced a sharper and clearer image, though not as dramatically different as in the 4K cameras. Predictably, both of the 5-megapixel cameras struggled at 50 feet and neither of them was able to produce a legible image of the large or small text. Clarity during movement is a bit more subjective, but in general, none of these cameras had any issues with ghosting or streaking during the day. So for daytime video quality, the clear winner is the Reolink in both the 4K category and the 5-megapixel value category. Though again, the differences between the 5-megapixel cameras were slight compared with the differences between the 4K cameras. Next was nighttime clarity, which I'll break down into two categories: infrared night vision and nighttime low light color vision. Starting with the infrared LEDs on and the cameras in black and white mode, I tested each camera separately with all of the house lights off. The test had to be done separately so that the infrared lights of one camera wouldn't influence the picture of the others. You can see that the surprising winner of this test is the 5-megapixel Reolink, which had the greatest clarity and definition throughout the entire range of the test. The two 4K cameras had very different images, where the digital noise reduction on the Reolink resulted in a smeary, blurry image, and the Annke C800 image was really noisy, despite having its digital noise reduction enabled. The worst performer in this category was the Annke C500, which was both washed out and noisy. It almost looks to me like its own infrared lights are too bright for its auto exposure settings. Between the two 4K cameras, the quality outside of 30 feet was similar, but the closer I got to the Reolink, the RLC810 had amazing definition. Unfortunately, I can't look past the fact that there was noticeable ghosting in the Reolink 810 during movement, which means that I have to narrowly give this category to the Annke C800 for the 4K cameras. However, in the 5-megapixel category, the Reolink RLC410 is the clear winner. At this point in the test, I was starting to feel like the RLC410 was going to easily keep my recommendation for the best budget camera, but it is clearly not designed for color night vision. To test low light color performance, I turned off the infrared LEDs and forced each camera into color mode. It turns out that the blown out image on the Annke C500 in my earlier test was because the small image sensor is extremely sensitive. This color image is from the Annke C500 and it was taken with absolutely no lights on outside my house. All the streaks you can see are lights coming out of my neighbor's windows. In contrast, the exact same conditions produced this image on the Reolink RLC410. In the 4K cameras, the RLC810A did a better job than the C800, but the Annke C500 was the real star of the show when it comes to low light color performance, which is surprising considering it has the smallest image sensor of any of the cameras tested, and low light performance is often associated with larger image sensors. When adding just the ambient light from my Christmas light display, the color night vision performance in all the cameras increased dramatically, but the Annke C500 still outperformed the rest by a significant margin. If you're looking for a color night vision camera without breaking the bank, look no further. The Annke C500 is for you. But for me, it's not one of my must-have features. Although I have heard that turning off the infrared LEDs on your cameras will stop spiders from building their webs in front of them, so that's definitely worth looking into. Anyways, for color night vision, the C500 is the clear winner for the 5-megapixel cameras, while the Reolink RLC810 narrowly edges out the victory over the Annke C800 in the low light performance category. The last category we're going to look at is customizability, web interface, and app interface. The Annke cameras are made by Hikvision, and as a result, they have the same web interface as all other Hikvision cameras. While you can install Hikvision firmware updates with a little bit of know-how, the firmware on the Annke site just isn't as recent as the Hikvision version, and it shows in the fact that their web interface still doesn't fully support Chrome without downloading a plugin. Reolink, on the other hand, manufactures their own cameras and uses their own unique firmware. The Reolink web interface is intuitive and responsive, and it works perfectly in pretty much any browser. The Reolink app is the best of any PoE camera manufacturer that I've ever used, and my favorite part about it is that it works even after blocking the cameras from the internet. In this category, the Reolink cameras are massively superior to the ones from Annke, to the point where I'd almost consider using them without a centralized NVR like Blue Iris, which is something that I never thought I would say. So after all is said and done, as long as you aren't specifically looking for color night vision, you still just can't beat the value of the Reolink RLC410 5-megapixel. And it will continue to be my recommendation as the best budget PoE camera in 2021. As for the 4K cameras, the Reolink RLC810A is incredible. Not only is the video quality one of the best that I've ever seen, but it's only $85. Also, one of the main complaints that I got about the Annke C800 was the lack of a microphone, which the 810A has. And I haven't even talked about the fact that it has on-device person detection and vehicle detection. Unfortunately though, I haven't figured out a way to use the person detection triggers with Blue Iris, but it does work in conjunction with the Reolink 8-channel NVR or with an internal micro SD card and the Reolink phone app. Even without taking person detection into consideration, the RLC810A is by far the best value in 4K cameras available today, and it is now my official recommendation in 2021. If you've already got Annke C800s, I wouldn't suggest going out and replacing them, but for new setups and additions, I cannot recommend the RLC810A enough. Look, inevitably in the comments, people are going to say that I'm a shill or that Reolink is paying me for my endorsement, and I can assure you that that is just not true. In fact, the only money that I make from these cameras is from affiliate links, so ultimately it doesn't matter which camera you buy as long as you buy it using my affiliate link. In fact, if you buy a more expensive camera, I'll make more money from it. But in this case, I am telling you, you do not need to spend more money. I've tested 4K cameras well into the $500 range, and I have never seen one perform better than the RLC810A. The whole reason that I started this channel in the first place was to help people get the most for their money, and I am not about to sell out and suggest products that I don't honestly think are great just to make a few bucks. That being said, thank you so much to my awesome patrons over at Patreon for continuing to support this channel and my unbiased reviews. If you're interested in supporting my channel, please check out the links down in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button and consider subscribing. And as always, thanks for watching The Hookup.